Hi guys, this is Paul again. I've got another video to show you, and I'm calling this Phi QUAD STEP 3D Quantum Harmonics. In my last couple of videos on quantum harmonics, I showed that quad step rings would increase together in a wonderful three-dimensional order. Now in front I'm showing you a set of two sequences of rings. One is A and one is B. So what I'm going to do now is to make a little Phi machine, Phi spiral machine. I did make one about 2 years ago, and I showed it could be used for Phyllotaxis, but I guess it was given the cold shoulder. I guess there's people that really wants to kill any three-dimensional order if it contradicts the chaos theory. Okay, let's make a start with this little machine. First we have to remove the red and purple string from A and the yellow and cyan string of B. Okay, let's take a look at them two pieces. Now we have to use the two pieces and form a V in the angle as I show. Now the strings of A and B are only showing a string of 10, about that. So for this little machine I'm going to make a string of 22 on both A and B, and I'm going to just show the outlines. So now we have a 22 ball V to make a spiral. Okay, let's give it a go. And as you can see, as this machine is working, it's producing a wonderful golden ratio spiral. Now what's amazing about this quad step is that the string is formed in 4 colors, and it keeps on repeating the 4 colors. It's a pity that academics are snubbing this beautiful sequence. Now if you look at this pattern, it's forming 5 curves, and the quad step colors are using the same sequence as well. Now this V came from the 2 sequences of quad step rings. Now this is a perfect connection. This is not chaos. Now what type of people have they got in academia that rejects this for being published? I guess they'll do anything to keep on selling chaos. Anyways, let's get back to this spiral. What's amazing about this quad step Phi spiral is that the 4 color sequence goes in 2 curves. I'm gonna hide the long spiral and just show the 5 curves. Now look what happens when I make an array of 3 copies. We are showing some outstanding 3-dimensional helical order. Now I'm going to show you a 4 array at 90 degrees. Now take a look at this. The colors are arranged in a different pattern altogether. And look at the colors, they're coming out in separate strings. Okay, let's take a look at the 5 array, and this will be 72 degrees. Now look at this, this is different again. It's following 5 long quad step strings. It looks like we have 5-fold stuff here. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you is the 6 array at 60 degrees. This should be the 3-fold stuff. Now this 3-fold arrangement looks like that of the sunflower, because it's not the 5-fold or the 4-fold. It doesn't look the same. Maybe the guys in botany can take a look at it. Okay, now I'm going to bring in array 7. This is a little bit different because we get 7 colors in the rainbow, so this might be something to do with light. So what we've got in front is a little bit more advanced than the chaos theory when it comes to 7. Well, at least we have something to look at other than a table full of numbers. But in the mathematics forum, they said only a crank would work with trivial geometry that nobody else understands. But they said that they can take their chaos into the 8th dimension. So I guess the mathematics of chaos is far superior. But I guess if you want to buy a book on chaos theory, you have to pay in the 3rd dimension. Okay, let's get to the 8 array. And this one will be 45 degrees apart. But before we leave this 7 array, notice the strings of colored balls, they radiating out in fairly straight pattern, not a curved pattern. Now look what happens when we go back to the 8th array. We're going back to a curved pattern again. So 7 is the only one that seems to radiate straight from the center. Isn't that something? And if you look at this number 8 array, it's the same as the 4 array, which is 4-fold, and the pattern is different to the 5-fold and the 3-fold. The 3 of them are different. If you count the 7 array, we have 4 different. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the 9 array. Now, as I am showing you this, I realize this is not 3-fold the same as 6 and a 3. This is very similar to the 8-fold. If you look at the colors are in strings of the same color, unlike 6 and 3. Now I'm going to bring in 12, which is double 6. So that should be the same as 6. But just look at this. It is not the same as 6. It's more like 9. But the curves are going in the opposite direction. It seems that every array seems to be a little bit different. The pattern keeps changing. It needs research. Maybe there is somebody that will do research instead of trying to figure out chaos. Okay, I've got one more array to show you. This is the number 10 array. This is my favorite array. It's a lot simpler to understand and it's 5-fold. And you can see that each of the 10 curved segments are forming a long string of red, yellow, purple, cyan, red, yellow, purple, cyan in a long string. I think we're looking at a beautiful piece of architecture here. I'm going to give it a spin around and you can see this beautiful piece of architecture is in a wonderful rotational form. Now if you look at my last few videos on quad step, I think you must agree that this will never come out of anything other than quad step. So what I'm saying, there is 2 sides of every story. I think it's wrong that chaos theory people are trying to suppress the discoveries that contradict their theory. Anyways, for the people that are interested in my discoveries, thank you very much for watching my video.